Guys, my name is Z and I just completed 72 hours in Edinburgh, Scotland, and I thought, just let people know what your experience is as a first timer so that they get to learn some tips and tricks. So the first thing I did was get on a flight from Birmingham to Edinburgh because it was cheaper. So now that's the first trick, because sometimes the train is not always cheaper. So we got to Edinburgh and first had a quick bite because we're about to hit the ground running from the start. Once you get out of the airport, you'll be greeted by this big signage of Edinburgh. Head to the tram station so you can get to the city centre and start your exploration of the medieval town. Did you know that some of the buildings currently existing in Edinburgh dates back to the 18th century? It's crazy, and it even gets crazier. So what we did was book a hotel, and we booked the Hotel Inn Express here in Edinburgh, and it was in the city centre, very accessible and very convenient. Not the best in terms of accommodation, but it's good for what you're here because you're not going to spend the whole of the day in the hotel. We got the city map and we were out on our way. We headed straight to the castle. Yes, this whole span, exactly, that's all you see. Castles, all dating back the 18th century. It is beautiful. It is magnificent. You need to visit yourself. Another tip is you do not need a rental car in Edinburgh because everywhere is trekkable, is walkable, is a walkable distance. It's hilly, it's cold in the winter, but it's something you can do. And the map doesn't lie. The views are breathtaking, so trust me, you wouldn't even feel your legs shaking. So bear in mind that Edinburgh is hilly, so please be prepared for it. Now, without any time to spare, because we had 48 hours to spend here, we went straight to the Camera Obscura to experience Edinburgh on a different level and also enjoy the world of illusions. Who wouldn't wonder, right? So come in, let's go explore what this place looks like. So we didn't have the time to get the tickets from the app, so we got it here. I think it was about £23. So once you check in, then you're headed straight to the 6th floor to have like a small talk and like a history of what everything looks like. And then you get to look at the city with these binoculars and everything. Trust me, you could see every nook and cranny of Edinburgh from here. Once you're done with that, then you get into the Museum of Illusions, right? And you get to explore this place. Different activities, different things to see. It's more modern than what you would expect. Yeah. So like I said, Edinburgh is a blend of the medieval and the contemporary times. So you're getting the best part of both worlds. Exactly. Once you're done, you should be hungry by this time, so you can head to the market very close to the castle, just down the hill, and then get something to eat. In the evening, we decided to go to the Edinburgh Street food. It's more like a cluster of different street food vendors, right? And I love that the service is great. So you just get in, lots of people, so it tells you that they sell really good food, and the food was okay. So I ordered for a pizza, and this is what was given to me. It doesn't look like a normal pizza, but it tasted better than any pizza I had in Birmingham as at that time. So my partner got some tacos. I can't remember, but he hated it because it wasn't nice. We also ordered this this cassava fries. It was just different for me as an African, so it was okay. But it was good to have a different taste of everything. But the street food my pizza I'd rate an 8 over 10. Every other thing I'd rate a 3. Service was great, and that's it for that. We called it a night after this and had to go retire early because we had an early start tomorrow to visit the castle. Now tell me you're even more excited than I am. Okay. So the next morning we had to set out early because, like I said, we're visiting a few places. Again, book a hotel that offers breakfast as an included service and also offers complimentary hot tea or coffee because you will need that. We got our complimentary tea and we headed out of the door. Hi guys, so it's day 2 in the city, and our first stop is at the castle. As you know, Edinburgh is an ancient city with modern vitality. So I have a cup of green tea here just to tell my brain that okay, we've had a lot of chocolates here, so not so cold, but okay. Super so good, loving it in the city. So
See you guys.
The third trick on this trip is you do not need a tour guide because Edinburgh, like I said, is a city where you can navigate easily. The maps are accurate, Google Map is there as well, and you can always ask the residents. And so we got to the castle right on time. We already pre-booked for 12. Also cheaper if you pre-book than to buy your tickets at the castle, because I know it's more expensive. But the fourth trick is also, please do well to arrive or book your tickets for any time before 1 p.m. At 1 p.m, the god goes out, and it's also something you need to experience in Edinburgh. Once you're cleared to go in, then you go in. This is the castle. Now it is giving everything it's supposed to give, like the Maldivian times, all those you've seen in Game of Thrones, blah 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 blah. That's it. You're living the life now. You're living the dream. So the castle is on a hill and overlooks the city. Again, you get to see Scotland, Edinburgh for what it truly is, and explore everything as well. Are also allowed here, and it's also wheelchair accessible, so you can have people with disabilities visit. During the winter, it's actually freezing. Your hands are actually going to freeze, so do well to come with your hand gloves. I'm going to do a full tour of this place, but another place to visit in Edinburgh as a first timer is the castle. It gives you everything. You see everything for yourself and you experience everything. Another thing to do in Scotland while you're here is to taste Scottish whiskey, and you get to see that and how you can experience it for free in the castle as well. So keep watching. The castle is just a museum for Scottish history. So you see where Mary, the Queen, gave birth to the Scottish heirs, and you see everything. So this was a few minutes to 1 p.m. and everyone was gathered to see the the gun go out. Yeah, so it's like a 1 p.m. thing, and that only happened at 1 p.m. when I was there, because I was there till like 3, but it was only at 1 p.m. that it went out. You can see the fire exactly, so you get to experience this as well in Scotland. Now this is how you have free Scottish whiskey in Edinburgh. Already you know that whiskey is the heartbeat of the Scots, right? So in the castle you get to have a taste of it here. And this magnum was really, really beautiful. It wasn't, the alcohol content wasn't that overpowering. It was beautiful. I loved the creamy nature of this one. This was actually my first whiskey for 2025, and it was amazing. I loved it so much. For someone who is not even an alcohol fan, this was bearable. It wasn't that bad. No, don't worry, my face is just it wasn't that bad. So we got some cookies and also bought the Scottish whiskey because it was that good. And then it was time to say goodbye to the castle, because in another video I'll be able to show you a complete detailed tour of this entire castle. You actually need to watch that, because you get to see the dog who was actually preserved from when he died in the 18th century till date. Yes, that's the dog. But you get to see the full story in my next vlog. So do well to subscribe and share my video, and also leave me a comment, okay? Let me know if you've been here before. And that brings us to the end of our tour of the Edinburgh Castle. Amazing experience. You should come here. Now we're done with the castle. What next that Edinburgh have to offer, you get to see. Once you're done from the castle, you get to experience Scottish music. Now listen. Now, that's part of the to-do list for Scotland. Yes, you get to experience everything. And now you also have to work through these smaller spaces into someone else's backyard. Yes. Now, that's adventurous. Like, no. But yeah, I said the map was actually quite accurate. But I don't know why the map was taking us to someone's backyard. And it felt like, oof. And then we now got the right turn. But yeah, keep at it. Now, we're on our way to the Princess Street Garden. If you're in Edinburgh, you need to visit Princess Street and also the garden, but most especially in summer, because this winter the garden wasn't so beautiful. Now that's the Princess Street Garden. It's also very close to the castle, just down the hill by the castle, where you have the city center and also the museum as well. Once you're done, you're also going to head straight to the city, right? That's where you have the Museum of Art, I think, and you're also going to go there. But you can also explore or have a bit of shopping here because you have different stores here as well. Once you're done, you head straight to Princess Street. On the road by your right, you would see the Calton Hill. Now go here. This, you're in for another adventure, but not without climbing the hill. It's so hilly, you'll be out of breath. Once you're out of there, you get to the top of the hill, exactly. So this is where you have the Calton Hill. There are different things to explore here. You can choose to do this for free. This is all free. You can just choose to enjoy the sunset and enjoy everything here for free. But if you're like me and my partner and you want premium and want to see the city and want to be on top of the hill, then you go straight to the Nelson Monument right there. Exactly. So this is called the Nelson Monument. That's where we're headed. The top, the tip. That's where we're headed. So this is called the Nelson Monument, built in the 18th century. It's crazy. And I tell you, this is solid. So you pay £6 to be able to get straight to the top. The top exposes the whole of Edinburgh. I tell you, this was breathtaking. You don't even need a tour bus for this. This is all you need to do. This is even quite cheaper than taking the tour bus. Pay £6 to get into the Nelson Monument and you get to experience and see the sunset on Edinburgh. It's beautiful. You get to even see Arthur's Hill from here. You get to see everything. See, things like this are better experienced than explained. This is also somewhere you need to visit in Edinburgh. Like I said, for £6 you get to do this, but if you choose not to, you get to just see what the Calton Hill is for free, and you can actually do that. But if you're like me and you want premium, then please pay £6 and you're able to do this. But please beware that they close at 5, so you have to come here before 5 o'clock to be able to get here. And even if you get here, they actually need you to get down before 5 p.m. So that's the only cons I would say with respect to this. But would I pay this again to get here? Yes, this was absolutely out of this world. The Calton Hill, but also experience the Nelson Monument, was everything I needed. Everything. And we just experienced the Nelson Monument. Now we're going to experience the Calton Hill as it is. Okay, you think we're done, right? No, my spirit was so high and I also needed to experience the Calton Hill. That's the free part. That's free to everybody. And I needed to see the sunset. So we're headed straight to the hill where you have like a seat for people to like sit out and enjoy what the city is like. See the world, your face, now I can judge it for you. Okay, now you're done. Obviously, you've expended energy and you need to refuel. You must be hungry. Now, I want to show you where you can have dinner. Yes, 3-course meal on a budget. Yes, you have 3-course meal, everything all inclusive. 3-course meal for £29. Again, it's a trackable distance. So head to St. James Quarter and get to Duck and Waffles, right? So ensure that you get here after 5 p.m. because they open at 5 p.m. But we didn't know that. So we got here before 5 p.m. and we just had to leave and explore the St. James Mall before we came back here, and it was 5 p.m. and then we had our reservation. You don't need a reservation to come here, but it is advised. Like I said, you can have dinner here. You can have their staple duck and waffles, and that's about £25. Or you can have like their 3-course meal, for £29, and it was beautiful. Although I'd actually explain something to here so you don't fall prey. So this is the menu for the normal meal, right? And this is the menu for the £29 three-course meal. Please only order what is in in that square. So we ordered the bread and the kale and pomegranate salad as a starter. I also had the salmon and pesto and kale salad for my main meal, and my partner had the duck and waffles, and I also had a chai pudding as my dessert. We also had fries. They didn't even tell us that the fries and the bread wasn't part of the menu for the £29 three-course meal. So I was like, you didn't actually say that, because you heard me ordering all that. But yeah, that's a disclaimer. They should have said that. And that's the only thing I faulted about their service. All in all, it was a beautiful service. It was a beautiful place. We enjoyed our stay here. It was a date night because we wanted to have date night in Edinburgh. So it was like, okay, let's just do that today. So you can have your date night in Edinburgh if you're with your partner for the first time. It's beautiful. This reservation was amazing. This restaurant was amazing as well. The food was great. So the next day, you get your ticket from the tram and head to the airport and board your EasyJet back to reality and back to your contemporary life. I hope you enjoyed this tour, because I enjoyed doing it. Will I be in Edinburgh again? Yes. Is this somewhere you should explore? Yes. Edinburgh is everything you want. And I'm glad we chose Edinburgh for our engagement moon. It was amazing. It was everything I wanted. And I can't trade this for anything. It would forever be engraved in my heart. And I love the city. So guys, tell me, have you been to Edinburgh before? What was the best part of your visit for you? Mine was this castles, like the beautiful buildings. And the fact that they date back to the 18th century. That's durability at its peak. What? I couldn't get my eyes off them, and I was really happy. So tell me in the comment section, have you been in Edinburgh before, and what was your best what would you say your experience was like, and what's your best memory of Edinburgh? Apart from these places I visited in Edinburgh, there are other places you can visit, and I'm showing you here in the slides. These are places you can look up and plan to visit. If you need to make a reservation, please do it on time so that you save cost and save your time. If you do not as well, you can also just visit. Most of them are free. If you like the dark side as well, this is somewhere you should check out. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.